Now let's look at an Excel example. We'll use problem 9.58. How do professionals stay on top of their careers? So 935 surveyed professionals indicated that 543 reported in engaging in professional networking within the last month. At 5% level of significance, is there evidence that the proportion of all LinkedIn members who engage in professional networking within the last month is different from 52%? So that means we have pi equal to 52% or pi not equal to 52%, with 935 surveyed with 543 saying yes, they did engage in professional networking. So success is professional networking. So having defined success in this way, pi then is the proportion. Okay. Now 52% is the proportion that we are testing. So put that in a separate cell. So then this is a two-tailed test. So pi is equal to or not equal to. So insert not equal to like this. Okay, and we want to test at 5% level of significance. That's the threshold for probability of type 1 error. Sample size is 935. 543 is the number of successes. P is the sample proportion. So 543 divided by 935 gives us the sample proportion. Okay, now S sub P. Now remember, in confidence interval we would have used P the value of the P. But here we have the pi stated in the null hypothesis. So we do square root of pi times 1 minus pi divided by n. So that will give us the standard error. So z value then is p minus pi divided by S sub p. So that's our z stat. Okay. Now z table value is norm dot s dot inv, and this is a this is a two-tailed test. So the cumulative probability is 1 minus alpha over 2. We have to half it. So that's your t table value. So you reject. Z stat is greater than z table value, so we reject. And this is a two-tailed test, so we have to actually take the absolute value of z stat. A p-value approach will be norm dot s dot test. Okay. Now we want the tail area, right? So if you give the z stat value just like that, okay, so you have to be very careful about this now. Okay, that's going to give us the cumulative area. So if you do comma 1, that will be the cumulative area, but we want the tail area. So what we need to do is to make this 1 minus the cumulative area. Yeah, now that will give us the tail. Now that's not the p-value yet, because this is a two-tailed test, so we have to take that tail area and multiply by 2. So we have to enclose this within parenthesis again, and then multiply by 2. That will give us the p-value. Let's make that into a percentage. Okay. So since the p-value is less than alpha, then we can reject the null hypothesis, and our interpretation, again a two-part interpretation, is we have sufficient evidence to conclude that the proportion of professionals who engaged is different from 52%, and the type 1 error probability is 0.02.